Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I am back with another video. And we're going to be doing some intuitive pulls. I'm going to be doing some pulls out of this Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. I'm going to tell you guys how it's going to work in a second when you guys pop on. But other than that, this is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about manifestation, law of assumption, all that good stuff. So if you're into those topics, you will love it here. And I'd love to have you be a part of the community. We're going to go for about 30 minutes, you guys. Let's see. I want to tell you guys about some stuff, but I'll tell you when more people hop on as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be doing our pulls out of this Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. So just comment a letter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that letter in here and go to wherever my mind or wherever my eye is drawn to pick your message for you. Okay? All right, so comment a letter if you want a reading. Hi, Sierra, my love. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Paloma. Hi, Jenny. Hi, For Your Mind. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Bukola. Hi, Lisa. I'm sorry you're having a rough couple of days. Hi, Ning. Okay, Ning looks like, oh wait, For Your Mind, you put L up here. Okay, let's see. Okay, L, I was led to light. The understanding principle, and by the way, these are what the symbols mean biblically. So when you see the word light, the understanding principle in the mind, in divine order, it always comes first into consciousness. Light is a symbol of wisdom. When Jesus said, I am the light of the world, he meant that he was the expresser of truth in all its aspects. Light and inner light is the illumination of spirit resident in the center of every man's being. Okay, that was for you, For Your Mind. Okay, Ning. E. Okay, I was led to ears. Ears represent obedience and the receptivity of the mind. Okay? So are you being obedient? Are you following your guidance? Right? Z. Love that. Okay. Zeal. Zeal is the mighty force that incites the winds, the tides, and the storms. It urges the planet on its course and spurs the ant to greater exertion. It is the urge behind all things. Zeal is the affirmative impulse of existence. Its command is go forward. Lisa. F. Fire. Fire symbolizes cleansing and purification, but it is more than a symbol. Material fire is the symbol, and the fire of spirit is the reality. The whole universe is alive with the divine, living spiritual energy that consumes all the dross of sense and materiality. It is a fire that burns eternally. Because this is true, some have assumed that disobedient, sinful persons are to live forever in everlasting torment. But the fire is eternal, the dross is not. And when the air is consumed, the burning stops. The fire consumes only when it meets anything unlike itself. In purified man, it is manifested as his eternal life. Okay, so Lisa, maybe there's some purification and cleansing going on for you. Bukola, B. Okay, Bukola. I was led to bondage. Undue attachment to thoughts and personal consciousness, such as race, class, sex, age, or personality. Whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. So are you feeling bound to something in 3D? Are you feeling bound to an identity within you? Kelly, K. Okay, karma. The whole ethical consequence of one's actions considered as fixing one's lot and future existence. The accumulated effects of sins of past lives, the burden that those who believe in karma expect to carry for ages or until they work out of it. They weary treadmill travelers from birth to death and from death to birth. There is no such hopeless note in the teachings of Jesus. In the teachings of Jesus. He came to bring a full consciousness of abundant life, complete forgiveness, redemption from all sin, and victory over death and the grave, thus delivering man from any occasion for re-embodiment and from all bondage to karma. So maybe for you, Kelly, maybe you've been thinking that you're experiencing karma or experiencing paying for something in a previous life, or even there's a lot in the spiritual community of, oh, your past life is the reason why you're messed up now, and no, there's just now. What you're living now, in my opinion, doesn't have anything to do with what happened in your past lives. However, if you believe that, right, that's what it's saying. If you believe in karma, then you will experience that. You will experience yourself experiencing things of karma, experiencing cycles, right? Okay, A. I love how everybody is picking the letter of their name. Okay, Armani. Armor of God. The robe of righteousness. Error cannot enter the consciousness that is strongly fortified with the light, life, power, and substance of spirit. This is something that I have really been learning. I'm going to go live after this for my members and talk more about my experience that I've been having since I've been reading the Bible and reading it metaphysically. And this is definitely one of the experiences of the robe of righteousness. When you keep your mind focused on being God, on the God state, when that is your intention, when that is what you're seeking, if anything, it's like all the other things fall away. All of the misidentification, all of the pain and the strain and the struggle and the striving go away. So error cannot enter into the consciousness that is strongly fortified with the light. If another way to think about this is keeping your mind stayed on what's good, what's positive, what's uplifting, what's lovely, right? That nothing in 3D can override that. If you keep your mind stayed and focused on what's right and what's good, nothing in 3D can override that, okay? Okay, Sierra. I was led to Selah, which means tranquil, secure, at rest, silence, pause, quiet. Selah is that state of mind in which we relax from affirming truth and wait on God in the stillness. Then the Holy Spirit may reveal more of its inspirations to us and may establish us more firmly in divine harmony and good. Okay, so Sierra, it looks like the message for you is to rest and accept that it's done. Sounds like an invitation for you to enter into the Sabbath. C for Jenny. Companionship. Association of those who are in divine harmony. The perfect fellowship is best found by those who practice quiet communion with God. W. Okay. All right. The kid wolf. Work in consciousness. To erase persistent forms of manifest negations through the increased use of denials and affirmations is often necessary. Man does the works that Jesus did by entering into the same consciousness that he was in, the realization of oneness with the Father. All right, guys. So this is really, really good because this is when like we're like, oh my God, but my mind is telling a negative story, or I can't let go of the negative story, or I feel unworthy, or well, it's taking long and I just can't accept it. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling down. All of these things, you guys, this is what your work is, right? Your work is internal, not external. Your work is how you're identifying, not in like what's happening, right? So man does the works that Jesus did by entering into the same consciousness that he was in, okay? So to me, the kid wolf, this is an invitation for you to come into the God state, right? J. Okay. Ash, Ash. Jesus, the man of Nazareth, son of Mary, the savior of mankind, according to present-day Christian belief. Metaphysically, he is the I am in man, the self, the directive power, raised to divine understanding, and the power, the I am identity. As the result of lack of consciousness connection between the thinking faculty and the fountainhead of existence, humanity had reached a very low state. Then came Jesus of Nazareth, whose mission was to connect the thinker with the true source of thought. Thinking at random had brought man into deplorable condition, and his salvation depended on his, again, joining his consciousness to the Christ. Only through that connection could he be brought back into his Edenic state, the Church of God. Right, Ash, Ash. So I always like to say that Jesus represents God awakened in man, God fully awakened in man. Okay. All right, Veronica, V. Vineyard. The fruit of the vine is a symbol of life. Jesus said, I am the vine. The vineyard represents manifest man, or humanity, which was planted in perfection, and perfection is its destiny. Okay. So Veronica, accept yourself as perfect. Oh, what a great question. What's the best way to alchemize your emotion to get to the God state? I would say that it's really about understanding what's true and what's not. I think that, like, knowing yourself as God, you guys, I really feel like you should seek what God is. Because to be honest, like, I think a lot of what we're taught on YouTube, not from Neville, but from YouTube, is only a part of being God. And it's still taught behind a lot of illusion, right? So a lot of times we're thinking, oh, I'm in the God state because I don't know, like, it's still coming very much from ego. So, but when you know what the truth is, right? The truth of wholeness, perfection, of completion, right? The truth that you can't be flawed, you can't be missing, you can't be lacking, right? What is the thought and emotion that you're having? What's the story that's being told, right? Is the story like, you're not gonna get what you want, or how are you gonna get what you want, or where are you gonna get what you want, or when are you gonna get what you want? All of those things, if it's causing you a separation from knowing yourself as whole, complete, and perfect, then you can recognize it as a lie, right? You can recognize it as illusion and not real. And so you don't have to identify with it, right? So when you when you go to a like a scary movie, right, and you're seeing someone getting killed, for a lot of people, you're not taking that in as like, oh my God, they're really being killed, and like feeling bad and feeling sad, because you know that it's just an illusion. It's just makeup. It's just whatever, right? This is the same thing with all of this stuff that's going on in the world, is understanding that it's just an illusion, okay? When you understand that it's just an illusion, and you can double down on the truth that you are whole, complete, and perfect, right? That brings you back into the God state. When you realize that there's nothing to fix, this is it right here. This is it. Moving from how do I fix this to it's already fixed. There's nothing to fix. It's already done. Okay? Hi, Princess. You're welcome. Hi, Kyra. So you guys can comment a letter if you want me to pull something out of the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary for you. I've been residing more than ever in my end. Got some news today that things could change for me tomorrow, but I decided that it has now, and it did. Congratulations, Ash Ash. Okay. I've been trying to meditate, but I don't think I'm doing it right. How do you do it on a daily basis, and what do you do with your mind? So for those of you who are interested in meditation, first of all, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If I could recommend anything at all to people who manifest, meditation is it, because manifestation is a mental game. It's a focusing game. Meditation helps you train your mind to focus. One of these that we picked, I think it was the Jesus, where he was saying that man, like basically the reason why Jesus came was because man was just thinking on autopilot. They were just responding to what's going on around them. And because of that, they went into a deep, low state, right? And so that is how we all start here, thinking randomly. Well, what's going on? Well, my parents and my teacher said I'm dumb and I'm never going to be anything. So that's my assumption about myself, and I'm walking in that assumption, right? And Jesus is the invitation to realize that you're God, that you're not bound to anything, that you are the I am, that you are conditioning yourself, you're conditioning reality. And it's the invitation to come above the physical circumstance and to choose your destiny instead of allowing whatever's going on to choose for you, right? So, and this is the struggle that we find ourselves in, is being able to break that spell and break that connection with 3D as our master, you guys. That is the spell. And I'm going to talk more about it in a minute with my members, but that is the thing, you guys. Like, this is what I was saying in my post the other day of you chasing the things is literally what's taking you out of the God state. The things are giving you a reason to pursue the God state. But a lot of times, instead of pursuing the God state, instead of pursuing and knowing ourselves as God, we are pursuing the thing. And in the pursuit of the thing, you're constantly identified as the one who is not, who's not there yet, who's still broken, who's still missing, who's still lacking. But eventually you get tired of that. You get tired of chasing, right? And you're like, why should I have to chase if I'm God? Good question. Why should you? But anyhow, so what I recommend for those of you who want to meditate is to do guided meditations. What I recommend is to do 5 to 10 minutes every single day. Okay? Number one, do not expect to sit down and meditate like a yogi your first go. Okay? Your mind has been running constantly, undisciplined for your entire life. So it's not going to just sit down and listen the moment that you decide to do that. But that doesn't mean it's a hindrance from you doing it, right? It just means you need to practice, just like manifesting. You probably didn't, learn about manifesting one day and then manifest hitting the lottery the next day. There was an improving of your skill, right? An improving of your focus, really, which is what it is. So meditating 5 to 10 minutes is enough for you to get practice in, because when you set yourself and say, oh, I'm going to meditate for an hour, or I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes every single day, and you don't even meditate, you're going to do that for a few days and never get back to it. But if you tell yourself, I'm going to do this for 5 to 10 minutes a day, you're going to do it. Okay. Now I could go ahead and talk about this, and then I'm going to finish the rest of these. If you guys would like, comment a letter and I will read I will pull from the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary for you. But I'm going to start, Sierra, I did yours. I'm going to start with Becky. But for those of you who are truly interested in higher consciousness, I did start a membership on Patreon. It is called the Godstate Remembrance. I'm going to be uploading meditations on there. I actually have a meditation that I'm going to record after I get done going live, and it's a Godstate meditation. And we're going to be doing a wealth challenge from the Godstate. And this is about inheriting the riches that is already yours. This is about effortless wealth, effortless manifesting of money and abundance. And it's coming from knowing who you are, you guys, okay? So we're going to be doing daily Bible studies. There will be daily meditations, daily scripting prompts to help you to calibrate into this new God state identity. I've been wanting to do this membership, you guys, for a while, but I was not clear on what to do. And when I tell you, the download came of what exactly to do. So I think that would be good for those of you who are beginners as well, just because you'll have consistency, okay? When I thought about this, I really think about, what do people need? What does the community need, right? Because I can't coach everybody one-on-one. But what it comes down to is, number one, knowing yourself as God. These are the things, you guys, if you're sitting here, even if you're like, I don't care, I could care less about the God state. All I want is this boy to text me back. It still comes down to knowing yourself as God, okay? Knowing yourself as God. Consistency, you guys. It doesn't matter whether you're someone who is like, I'm manifesting and all I do is affirm and whatever. It takes consistency, okay? And being held accountable, because you're not consistent when nobody is watching you, okay? It's easy for you to be like, oh, I'm gonna start this thing, when nobody is there to check you and say, hey, are you actually doing it? All right? All right. So I'm gonna get back into these, you guys. We have about 8 minutes left, and then I'm gonna go live for the members. All right. B, let's see here. Okay, bread, Becky. Bread, representative of universal substance, the substance of the omnipresent Christ body. Our daily bread is the sustenance for spirit, mind, and body. Some of this daily bread is appropriated in the form of food. This is the sustenance and words of truth, and this substance is appropriated by prayer and meditation on truth. Ooh, this is so good, you guys, okay? Because something I used to say was that the 3D world is constantly producing the illusion, right? And so it's truly not enough, you guys, to think about this stuff every now and again, or even just catch my video and then go back to muggle thinking, right? This daily bread is daily putting this on your mind in whatever form that is. If that's videos for you, if that's reading for you, if that's prayer, if that's meditation, if that's journaling, whatever it is, it's consistently feeding your mind with this information, with knowing that you're empowered, right? You're not gonna find it in the world, right? It's not gonna be on the news. You're not gonna turn Fox 5 on and then be like, oh my God, did you know that you're God and you're powerful? No, it's something that you have to feed yourself, that daily bread, okay? To keep your mind focused on God, keep your mind focused on what you are, okay? Okay, Z for my princess. Let's see. I think there's only 2 Z's, so I'm gonna read the other one for you. I can turn the page. Okay, zone, the spiritual zone. Through his spiritual attainments, Jesus formed a spiritual zone in the earth's mental atmosphere. His followers make a connection with that zone when they pray in his name. He stated in this fact, I go to prepare a place for you. Simon Peter said, Lord, whither goest thou? Jesus answered them, whither I go, thou cannot follow me now, but thou shalt follow after. I feel like this is about like the vibration that Jesus carries, right? Like even people who are not religious in a time of like dire straits, like will call on Jesus and experience a miracle. And I think that it's just the collective consciousness that is around the identity of Jesus. I I was reading about how Jesus was not the only Christ, right? Christ is something in itself. Christ is a state of consciousness, and Jesus was embodying that state. So I feel like it's around that, Princess. Kyra K. Oh, I did yours already. Okay. All right. Khadijah L. Yes, I love great meditation. That is a great, wow. I literally opened up to L, Khadijah. Okay. Letting go of the old. Erasing from consciousness thoughts contrary to truth. This is done by denial. This is what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about getting into the God state. Okay, when you're hearing yourself tell the same old story, well, it's not going to work, and this doesn't happen for you, and you're just not the version that gets this. It's the denial, right? It's the letting go of the old. It's understanding that just because your mind is telling you something doesn't mean you have to agree with it. Okay, Khadijah, I'm feeling honestly, intuitively for you that there is something physically that you need to let go of. I don't know what that is, but there's something physically, maybe it could be an identity, but there's something for you to let go of. And that's why my mind was drawn right to that. And here's something, you guys. It can be scary to let go of things, okay? It can be scary to let go of things. And, I know you guys are probably similar to me because my idea was like, well, if I'm a limitless being, then I don't have to let go of anything, right? If I'm limitless, then I don't have to let go. I can hold on to this thing and still get what I want. And, that may be true, but I noticed that when I do let go of the thing, then I get what I want much easier and quicker, okay? It's kind of like, how can I say this? I remember back when, right before my SP journey started, and our relationship was rocky. And I remember seeing this picture, and it was like Jesus like knelt down to a little girl, and she's holding on this little, like a little teddy bear. And Jesus is holding his hand out like, give me the bear. But behind him, he has a big, huge teddy bear, right? And I feel like that's the letting go. It's like you can hold on to that little teddy bear and say, you know what? I'm not willing to let go of what I have for what I don't know, right? Because that's the scariest thing. Princess Brioche was saying yesterday that she realized that all of the things that she wanted was on the opposite side of fear. And you guys, I'm telling you, it is, so let whatever it is, Khadijah, and those of you, because I can feel that this is not just for Khadijah, it's for a lot of you guys. Whatever it is that you need to let go of, just do it. Okay? Just do it. Stop being scared. Stop wasting time. Right? Breathe with Sandy. I've never heard of that. I'm going to look that up. What do you think if somebody said that thing or people is not in your highest timeline? What do you mean by that? Okay. Hey, Manon. Okay, Cassandra L. Manon, pick another letter. There's only a couple, like 2 of those, and I read them both already. J, K, L, M, N, P. Okay, Cassandra. Yours is Logos. The law of divine creation produces the order and harmony of perfect thought. Law puts first things first. It's a rule of action. An understanding of the Logos reveals to us the law under which all things are brought forth, the law of mind action. Divine mind creates by thought through ideas. Okay. T. Okay. Thought colony. Like attracts like. A thought will take up its abode in our consciousness with thoughts of like character. The law of attraction continues until combined thoughts make a colony. This colony of thoughts expresses itself in the cells of the body for good or ill. Okay? I feel like a recurring theme over what we're reading here is to be mindful of your thoughts, you guys. To be mindful what you're feeding your mind, okay? Because what you're feeding your mind is not only becoming, but it's also attracting more thoughts like itself, okay? So when people say like, I'm struggling with like depression, I'm struggling with negative thoughts, it's because your mind is used to feeding on negative thoughts. And so it's automatically attracting, you're automatically waking up looking for bullshit, even though you don't want to, okay? So you have to be intentional about finding something else, okay? About choosing other things, choosing your daily bread differently, okay? Yes. Minnesota girl says tea. Okay, guys, I'm about to finish up. Two. Minnesota girl, tolerance, forbearance, allowing to be done without hindering. Tolerance is passive and good as far as it goes. Allow it to be done without hindering it. I love you, LaQuee. I hope I'm saying your name right. F. Favor of God, Lashanta. Favor of God, good realized through faithful obedience. The orderly unfoldment in mind and body that results from meditation and prayer. A blessing that comes to us through obedience to spirit. The bringing about of an inner spiritual strength, resulting in the development of parts of mind and body. Okay, guys, listen to this, okay? Okay, this is another thing that honestly I would have a problem with. Obedience. Who am I being obedient to? I don't want to be obedient to anybody, right? But here's what it is, you guys, okay? Understand that your higher self, your higher mind can see further than you can see. So when your intuition and your higher self says, hey, go this way, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go this way because this way, from where I'm standing, this way looks better. This looks better for me. Then you go and get yourself into all kind of trouble, right? But, and this is the thing, you guys, this is not obedience in the fact of the regular Christian thinking of, well, if you don't do what God says and not have sex before marriage, you're going to hell. And, you know, it's not that. It's that, hey, there is a way, right? And this is what all people who read the Bible in a metaphysical way, and even those that read it religiously, the Bible is not about, oh, you're bad and you're going to hell. It's just telling you, hey, here's an easy way to get what you want. Here's an easy way to live an incredible life. If you do these things, you're going to live an incredible life. If you don't, then you're going to come across some things, like, and that's it. So it's more about following, even when you think about it on the basic manifestation way, like inspired action, aligned action, whatever needs to be done, even if it's something as simple as checking the mail, right? If you don't ever follow that divine action, how are you going to get your thing? Okay? If you don't ever follow the nudge that says, go in right now at this time, right? Where are you going to receive it? So being in tune, y'all. And trust me when I say, this is what leads to the favor of God, your blessings, all of these things. It's already here. But are you listening? There is a GPS that's telling you, hey, you want to go right. You want to go right here. And if you're like, no, why would I go right? I went right before and there was nothing there. I'm going to go left. Well, okay. And you could do that. And God's not mad at you for doing that because it's all a part of the unfolding. Okay? All right, S. I think I'm gonna do, oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna do these last three right here, SLW, and then I'm gonna read your comments and I'm gonna hop off, y'all. All right, Shatella, sanctification, the putting on of the nature of God and rising to the plane of dominion that gives man peace and satisfaction, the purity and holiness of the Christ consciousness. This is the will of God, even your sanctification. Okay? So, coming into your God state, Shatella, this is inviting you. Come into your God state, claim your peace, claim your satisfaction. Manon. Let's see. Okay, Manon, lack. Fact or state being deficient or wanting. In the great mind of spirit, there is no thought of lack. Such a thought has no rightful place in man's mind. Deny all thoughts of lack. Affirm God's ever-present abundance in all your affairs. Okay, Manon. Whatever you think you're lacking, you have it. Whatever you think you're lacking, you have it. Lack is an illusion, you guys. Lack is one of the biggest illusions. Okay? You cannot lack. And I'm sure you guys know by now that this is not just for the person that's asking, it's for all of you. Okay? Ashley, well, symbolizes inspiration through intellect alone. The well of living water is man in the fount of inspiration within his consciousness, which flows forth peacefully, majestically, vitalizingly, and renewing the mind and body. Okay. I think that's a beautiful way to end it. Okay. All right, you guys. I love all of you all. I'm just trying to, sounds like Leaky. Okay, thank you, Leaky. I love you. Hey, Olivia, did you already do a live about getting money constantly like a paycheck, but without doing anything? No, I didn't. I want to live without working, but still getting money without moving a finger. Is it possible, or am I too lazy? It's absolutely possible, and it's actually the consciousness that we're moving into right now, you guys. This is why everybody wants that right now. It's meant for us. But honestly, you guys, just speaking truthfully from what, I can only speak from my experience. My experience has brought me to deeper identification with God rather than seeking where and how and what do I got to do to get that, right? So that's what I kind of have to say about it. You guys are so funny. All right, you guys. So I love you all. I'm about to go live for my members really quick and talk more about what I've been learning since, what transformation I've been experiencing since I've been reading the Bible the way that Neville taught it. But I will love to have you all in the Godstate Remembrance. You get 7 days free. So you get to definitely try it out to see if you're interested or if you want to. And you can cancel after the 7 days if it's not a good fit. But if you are looking to know yourself as God, if you're looking to create wealth from your God self and from your identity instead of from working and forcing, if you're looking for consistency, if you're looking for community, if you're looking for meditations, that is a great place for you to go. All the info is in my description for you guys to try or to join. And like I said, you do get a 7-day free trial to check it out, okay? So I love you guys so much. You're all amazing. I'm intending that this prospers you all immensely. If you found something that stuck out to you, if you got some direction on this, follow the direction, y'all. Listen, follow the direction. And it's okay if you're scared, okay? I get scared. When I get directions, that don't make no sense to me, that I can't look and see like how exactly that's gonna work out. I'm scared. But every time, and I put it off and put it off and put it off, and then I do it and my life changes, okay? So just do it, all right? Just do it, all right? I love you guys. Intending that this prospers you immensely. And I will see you guys in another video, in the membership, or wherever.